Prime Minister will be traveling to Vientiane in Lao PDR for the 21st ASEAN-India Summit and the 19th East Asia Summit. We attach great significance to all ASEAN-related mechanisms. This will be Prime Minister's 10th attendance at a ASEAN-India Summit. So this particular summit will be that it is the 10th anniversary of Prime Minister's Act East policy. Prime Minister will, along with other heads of state and government of ASEAN countries, review the progress in the relations between India and ASEAN over this time. Prime Minister will be traveling to Vientiane in Lao PDR for the 21st ASEAN-India Summit and the 19th East Asia Summit. At the invitation of His Excellency Prime Minister Siphandone of Lao PDR, the visit will be over 10th and 11th of October. We attach great significance to all ASEAN-related mechanisms. This will be Prime Minister's 10th attendance at a ASEAN-India Summit. And you will recall that even in 2023, just before he was to host the G20 summit, he made the effort to attend the ASEAN-India Summit in Jakarta. That shows the commitment that we have to the ASEAN-related mechanisms. And the significance of this particular summit will be that it is the 10th anniversary of Prime Minister's Act East policy. Prime Minister will, along with other heads of state and government of ASEAN countries, review the progress in the relations between India and ASEAN over this time, and they will chart the future direction of our relationship. We will be expressing our support for the Chair's theme, which is connectivity and resilience. Now, as you know, connectivity is a very important pillar of our engagement with ASEAN. As much as 20% of the Indian diaspora worldwide lives in ASEAN countries. We have direct flights with 7 ASEAN countries, and we expect that perhaps before the end of the year, we will have direct connectivity with flight connectivity with 2 more ASEAN countries. And ASEAN is also amongst our top trade and investment partners of India, and therefore the importance of connectivity and relationship with ASEAN. In terms of resilience, in terms of disaster resilience, for example, India has been one of the first responders in disaster occurrences in the region, starting from the Indian Ocean tsunami to the Typhoon Yagi earlier this month or last month. And recently we airlifted assistance to both Vietnam and Laos, as well as to Myanmar in the wake of the typhoon. Regarding resilience, also building resilient supply chain is an important objective for India with ASEAN countries, and our review of the ASEAN-India trade in goods is ongoing, and that is something that will feed into supply chain resilience with these countries. India has many cooperative activities with ASEAN countries. We have 4 funds. One is the ASEAN-India Fund, the ASEAN-India Green Fund, the ASEAN-India Science and Technology Development Fund, and last year Prime Minister announced the ASEAN-India Fund for the Digital Future. So we have a number of activities lined up on all these funds, through which we undertake capacity building, we offer scholarships, we build collaborative R&D, we build people-to-people connects, and we cover many areas such as IT, space, health, etc. Moving on to the East Asia Summit. The East Asia Summit, as you know, encompasses the 10 ASEAN countries and 8 partners: Australia, China, India, Japan, ROK, New Zealand, Russia, and the United States. And Timor-Leste will also be a partner as an observer. This mechanism has been in existence since 2005, and it is to build strategic trust in the region, promote peace and stability and prosperity for the region. In the East Asia Summit, the Prime Minister announced the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative in the 14th EAS Summit in 2019, and since then we have built convergences with the ASEAN's own outlook for the Indo-Pacific, and we work closely with ASEAN countries on this. 3 ASEAN countries, Indonesia, Thailand, and Singapore, and 3 East Asia partners, the United States, Australia, and Japan, are our partners in the IPOI. Incidentally, the revival of the Nalanda University is also an East Asia Summit initiative, and as you know, Prime Minister inaugurated the new campus of Nalanda University very recently. Bilaterally, Prime Minister will have a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of Lao PDR. We have very close, friendly, and historical and civilizational relations with Lao PDR. That includes a whole host of different areas of cooperation, including restoration of archaeological sites, capacity building, IT. We have also undertaken quick impact projects. We have undertaken transmission line projects, power projects, a whole host of different areas of bilateral cooperation. There will also be other bilateral meetings with some of the countries who will be attending the East Asia Summit.